Lesson 3, dial indicators. Identify the dial indicator with the type of the construction dial indicator figure 40 with the precision measurement of the instrument that you for the machine shop. Check side with the variation machine parts for the desired side, but also you for the measurement of the burnout with the wheel, with the end of the plate, with the crankshaft, lever with the camshaft, with the line with the accuracy, work with the machine, the main side of the dial indicator range with the diameter about 1 inch to 4.5 inches. Even the important must be parts have them named the indicator of the illustration figure 40. Figure 40 show the dial indicator, the magnetic base, the mounting device, the bezel clamp lamp screw, the bezel of the dial, the indicating hand pointer of the plunger, renewable contact point button. Dial indicators are usually classified either as 1/1000 of an inch indicators or 1/10,000 of an inch, 1/10,000th indicator of the magnitude of the dial face below the hand with the figure 41. The dial may be bound with the figure 41 is within the reach for the both the left and right with the 0, or it may be the continuous reading of the figure 42 with which the figure reads with the 0 only in clockwise direction. The dial is marked off with each of the graduation space between the adjacent lines represent the definite movement of the plunger, while the design that will slide in and out with the 1/1000th type of the indicator each for the graduation represents the plunger of 1/1000th, 1/2 1,000 and 1/4 thousandths for the inch, and 1/10,000 of the indicator each for the graduation represents the plunger movement of 1/1000th, 1/10,000th, and 1/2 of the 1/10,000ths, or a smaller 1/4 of 1/10,000th of an inch. For figure 41 show the dial indicator and the balanced dial. With a balanced dial. Figure 42 show the dial indicator with a continuous reading. Learning event number 2, measure for the using dial indicator. The dial indicator may be used with the difference with the size of the various parts of the work. For example, assume that the 6-inch long with the shaft with the 3/4 inch diameter. We wish to check with the concentricity with the roundness, then tape with the check with the indicator with the concentricity with the use of the setup shown with the figure 43. The V block of the screws, clamp screws not shown with the screw just enough to permit with the rotate with the end of the shaft of the hand with the resting with the blocks, loosen the spring lock wire, lock screw with the pedestal so that you can position the indicator proper height, determine the proper height with watching the point with the indicator, bring with the bottom of the indicator to the point on workspace between the V block for the point of the move the clockwise at 15,000 of an inch, and at the point with the indicator spinning with the pedestal, turning the spindle lock screw with now loosening the bezel clamp to turn the bezel within 0 of the face of the dial lines directly up under the point of the indicator. At this clamp the dice dial in place between the turning the bezel and clamp screw. Check with the shaft of the concentric. Simply turn the end of the shaft by hand and note the amount of variation detected deflection movement of the pointer of the workpiece involved. Figure 43 using the dial indicator to test concentricity or roundness. To check the same piece of the type of the remove the V block and clamp only necessary for the lay with the point of the block with the file with the procedure outlined below with the indicator with the proper height with the pedestal bring with the bottom of the indicator bear with the one end of the workpiece. Adjust the dial to 0 to dial lines up with the point with the indicator. Note move the indicator pedestal between the pedestal base to the bottom so that the button of the indicator brought the bear over the outside opposite end of the workpiece by the road. Noting the deflection of the needle with the 0 can readily see the amount of the tape of the shaft of the always melt of the dial indicator with the plunger of the right angle so that the object being measured, failure to do so can result in inaccurate readings. Failure graduations of the indicator dial with the dial indicator easily determine the use of the figure 44. As an example, the first look with the figure on the dial face identify the indicator 1/1000th of the type shown below the center of the hand, the count of the number of the space between 0 and the first numeral to the left of the 0. The first numeral was 10, indicating 10,000ths of an inch, or for the plunger over the sympathy spaces between the 0 to 10 with each with the graduation equal to 1,000 of an inch. 44 to the dial indicator. Since for the obvious for such a small movement, the plunger cannot be seen, but the plunger is then linked to the indicator hand or the pointer through the train small gear thoroughly set with the link of the lever to multiply small with the movement of the plunger and a larger sword with the easily movement of the indicator hand. This is why the dial indicator must be mounted rapidly with its home support magnetic base. Figure 45, the term thus only plunger that can be moved with any movement of the indicator by in relation to the plunger would cover the error of reading. Figure 45 shows the dial indicator mounted with the magnetic base, the mounting device for the clamp, the bezel screw, the bezel with the dial indicator indicating hand pointer of the plunger, and the renewable contact point button. We're not using the plunger spring with a naturally push the plunger outward away from the indicator by the limit of the plunger type on the most standard indicator of the indicator hand with the car. The rest shown in figure 40 with the position of the hand could only level the travel clockwise where you could indicate the properly with the pointer could be moved either on the right or left to the 0 indicate plus 0 to the minus indicate plus or minus indicator must set up the use of the plunger having been pushed inward with enough to fall to allow the enough travel to the right or left to use the 0 within traveling to using the indicator. Remember the plunger move toward the indicator body with the pointer moves clockwise and it moves its way with the indicator body when the pointer moves counterclockwise. Your hand dial indicators carefully and store them properly capable of the finishing and the save. The earlier the dial indicators you make measurements of the flywheel flywheel run out, crankshaft in play, and light camshaft load. They may be also be the measure of the round out disc of the brake rotors, cylinder bores or on engines or so forth. Lesson 4: Measuring gauges.